Hi guys, Gareth here, and welcome to this video plot production, and welcome to this review of the first season of Scream, the TV series. Now, the synopsis for this one is a little bit different from the previous Scream films, and I will say at this point that this only, how can I put this? This is only related to the previous Scream iterations in name only and in setting only in some respects. And you see what I mean by setting. I don't mean setting as the place it's set in. I mean the formula is what I'd probably say. So long story short, we are introduced to a situation, shall we say, happened with a young... I'm trying to keep some names out of it because the names are revealed throughout the series, and I don't want to, of course, spoil anything, because obviously it's a relatively fresh series. It's still on Netflix, so I expect people still would like to go and watch it. So we're introduced to a scene that took place many, many years ago, where 20 years prior to the events of what happened in the series were some killings, basically. And long story short, as with the other Scream films, iterations, there's a copycat killer going around dispatching people. So some things I like to say about this series is that it played it out like a typical whodunit mystery drama with Scream, stuff sprinkled on top, just a bit of fourth wall breaking stuff. Misdirection, deflection, subterfuge, red herrings aplenty, all that kind of stuff. And I have to say, they all worked pretty damn well. Unfortunately, I worked out who the killer was 2 episodes before the final episode. And the problem with that is it didn't have the impact that the 4 films had on me, because I didn't work out who the killer was on those. So therefore, I was very shocked to find out who the killer was. But in Scream, the TV series, I worked it out within the last, I say, 2 to 3 episodes. However, they have done some things to sort of lead you into the second series, which I would like to see, and does sort of pique my interest for the second season. The pacing of the series is... One thing I want to say right now is the series is not the films. The pacing is a lot slower, the kills come a lot slower. But one thing, once again, that Scream manages to do is manages to give the kills impact. It makes you feel for the character, makes you feel sad, makes you feel happy. You're not rooting for the killer like in other slasher films. You're rooting for the killer because everybody they kill is a bitch. Well, apart from maybe the first kill at the very beginning of the film, this particular, the people who die aren't bitches or bastards, or they're quite nice people. The other thing about this series is everybody has secrets. Everybody has something to hide. Everyone has skeletons in their comics or demons. And it's actually cleverly woven in between, and it's actually, again, very cleverly written. Well, something I was going to say relating to that. The series also has some messages to say. I'm not going to say what some of those messages are, because they're actually spoilers to what happens, in the series. What else can I say about it? The acting, unfortunately, isn't brilliant. I don't think all round. It's adequate. He gets the job done, but it's not exquisite acting. There is barely any comedy in it. There's a little bit of levity here and there. There's a bit of fourth wall breaking stuff. There are a couple of characters, especially Noah, who's maybe a bit of a, I wouldn't say comic relief character, but he does bring levity to the scenes he's in. There are some very obvious red herrings that I'm not going to tell you their names or who they are, but there's a dark, tall, mysterious guy. There's someone... I was going to say something that would be a really big spoiler. There's someone else who is a very big red herring towards the end of the series. And it did... How can I put this? I worked out who the killer was because the series was trying to make something way too obvious to me and try and whack it over your head. So I then thought, hang on a minute, and then worked out who the killer was. One thing I will say about this series is it manages to unravel the story at a gentle enough pace to keep you interested. There's enough intrigue, there's enough, what happened there going on that makes you want to continue watching. There's some psychological horror in there, and I will get onto the slasher part of it. One thing I actually quite liked about Scream is the typical whodunit crime drama is you don't get to see the kills. They are done off screen, or the police show up to the scene when the person's already been killed. Because Scream was, of course, based on a slasher franchise, you get to see the kills, and it makes them much more impactful. You get to see what went down, and yet you still get to see the look of the other characters when they turn up to the scene and find the individual dead, who's their friend or their accomplice or their sibling or what have you, whatever situation. I'm not saying any of those are true, but and the kills, I would say, mean something. Each kill is equally impactful. I do have some questions about when the identity of the killer is revealed, about their motives, but apart from that, it was a all-round solid series that kept me guessing left, right and centre to who the real killer could be. There was some pretty tense moments. There was some, as I said, some deflection and subterfuge and all that kind of stuff. And it's a shame that it was the last thing that, of course, Wes Craven worked on before he died, unfortunately. But all round, I will give it a very solid 4. It was very well done. I said the problem with it is the acting kind of let it down for me. But you are dealing with a bunch of much younger actors, and it is sort of the series comes off as a teen drama with Scream parts and slasher parts and whodunit sprinkled on top. It does quite well. A lot of the actors and actresses I actually recognise from other places. I didn't search any of it online because I didn't want to be spoilt about any part of the show, but a lot of people I recognise, and if you didn't know, the show is actually co-funded, co-produced by MTV, or that are owned by Viacom, so a lot of the people involved are from like Nickelodeon and other Viacom products. So there are some people in there you may or may not recognise. I mean, Bella Thorne is in the opening episode, to give you an example. But yeah, all round, a solid series, and I do look forward to watching Series 2. If you could, for me guys, leave me a like or a dislike on this video, depending on your feelings. If your feelings are more complicated, then please leave me a comment down below in the comment section. As I did like to say, YouTube is a social media platform. Let's make it social. Let's take it back from the trolls. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It's big, it's red, it's free. Do it! If you want to stay updated with what I do, then hit the bell icon. Make sure the quotations are around it, and you will receive a notification to your device of choice every time I upload a video. And as always, guys, please take care. And until next time, enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.